going on, man? What are you doing?
Ooh, just putting some rope on the point here.
Right on. Kind of explained what had happened in a different video. I'll link to that video. But what, you know, give us the rundown from your perspective of what happened in here?
Well, there's sort of an ongoing art project. So, sort of responding to, you know, really, really strong winds. That, you know, the main thing is that these poles snapped, and so we're really in a place where we're kind of like doing a lot of reinforcement. And but I think it's actually pretty strong at this point. Like it withstood 60 mile per hour gusts, and that's about the max that you're expecting, right?
Yeah. Are you saying it still withstood 60 mile per hour gusts after it broke and this all got reinforced? Oh, because it was still whipping, huh?
Yeah, like around like 7 in the morning it probably got back up to. But yeah, I just really enjoy tying knots and found a lot more rope, so you know.
Didn't you say you done some sailing?
Yeah, I really enjoy sailing. I wouldn't call myself a sailor so much as a lover of being on the water in a sailboat. But yeah, definitely we're sort of been talking about ways to, you know, greenhouse 2.0.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going with the metal next time, or reused carport, cattle panel, or cheap Chinese builds. Something of that scenario.
If we could get a bunch of thin wood strips, we could make a laminated, you know, structure, which would be totally bomb-proof, but a lot of work also. So yeah, I think like just metal poles or stronger PVC and learn from what we need to do.
Do you want to give a breakdown on your bungee cord job on top?
Oh yeah, so the bungees I kind of just grabbed because I needed rope resembling material, but also the benefit is that it kind of this guy's quite light, but it sort of gives it a little bit, like, I think like the worst thing is, you know, if there's a lot of wind and it's like elastic and then like hitting like a hard stop to the free motion. And that's what happened here, is like we reinforced it because it needed some kind of like triangle sort of integrity.
So it was getting forced in so hard.
A weak point right where the screws were, and so they all snapped. And so it's kind of like a bittersweet lesson on that one, you know. But with the bungee cords, my thinking is just sort of give the whole structure more sort of like flexible integrity. And so I threw a couple on the tie downs out here because you sort of want to take up some of the energy in an elastic motion rather than like a static shock or something.
Yeah, this just all the weight pressing in on just these, right? So now it's got the tensioners from outside, which connected with these little blocks.
Yeah, one of the problems that we had was, how do you tie something like this down, because you don't want to pierce the membrane. And then we came up with this idea of doing kind of like, I don't know what you'd call them. What did we call these? They were like gasketed, sort of like...
Oh yeah, you called it a gasket.
Yeah, well, we put like a gasket in there, but I guess that's not really... just sort of like a tightly locked down thing.
A buckle?
Yeah.
Like almost.
Bracket or something.
Yeah, wooden
term,
bracket buckle.
You know, brackety jobber.
Angle supporters.
What Bill's yapping about over there? Oh, it's probably Kelsey's, which is...
Oh, the dog across the street?
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, just throwing down some more rope where I can.
Right on. Well, it's much appreciated, and just got a lot of friends and family on here, and just wanted them to see the man behind the reinforcements help fucking
the art project.
yeah,
You'll notice that each one is completely unique.
completely unique to their own. Oh yeah, and the other note, just wanted to add, so we were trying to prevent piercing the plastic, and inevitably it ended up happening anyways, and it actually worked in our favor because we're realizing that the ventilation. Yep.
And I will note that all of this stuff was done in the middle of a gale, so that's why it looks so unprofessional.
Yeah, just for perspective, homie walks down here and all 5 of these are snapped. And
The whole thing is going whoop, 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 whoop.
you got your head on the, I asked him before, he said he had his head on the plastic.
Yeah, I was going like this.
Yep.
Here. Like holding it. It was great fun, I have to say.
Yeah, dedication. And well, I'm not the best builder. It's very obvious.
This is a very unique type of structure. It's,
Right on, man.
It's not anything like a stud wall or.
That's why 2 people is most of the time going to be better than 1. So, different perspectives, right?
Yeah, dude.
Different views. All right.
Learning as we go.
Yeah, that's all. That's the main thing to take away from this is, yeah, you learn as you go, right? It's never just going to be some, unless, like I also talked about in a previous video, unless I had all the supplies all at once, wrote up a plan, right? But that's not how this was. It was like, get a little supplies, build, and then get a little supplies, build, and here we are now. So, one love, wholeness, to brother Ethan.